Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Over the last 28 to 48 hours, Zion Williamson has been making a lot of news, and to the point where even some people even some of our viewers have been messaging us, talk about Zion, say, what do you think about what's happening with Zion, blah, 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 blah. The news surrounding Zion is this, is that he didn't reach out to his new teammate in CJ McCollum, who was a former Trailblazer. As you guys know, he used to be the running mate of Damian Lillard out there in Portland. So some people have been talking about that, right? What is going on with Zion? Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he saying this? I mean, why didn't he reach out to the teammate? And one of those people that seems to be a pretty prominent voice now in sports media was JJ Redick, who, in fact, was a former teammate of Zion Williamson. So yesterday, he was on ESPN First Take. And he had some commentary about Zion Williamson, and that the video that they published had 900, almost 1 million views in one day, right? So for those of you who missed some of the comments that JJ Redick had to make about Zion Williamson as a teammate, we want to play a little bit of it here, and we're going to come back and give you guys our thoughts. So before we go too far, take a listen to some of the things that JJ Redick had to say about Zion Williamson. Take a listen to that.
JJ, is this something or nothing?
Oh, this is definitely something. This is a little bit insane to me. There's a general sort of decorum of behavior that you should apply as a teammate. Look, I wasn't the best player on any team I was on, but if there was a buyout possibility, if there was a trade possibility, I would always reach out to team. I called Ersan Ilyasova, I called Marco, I called Wes Matthews trying to get him to come to Philly. Like, this just shows a complete lack of investment in your team, in the organization, in the city. I get that he's hurt and away from the team, but you just traded for one of the 50 best players in the league, a guy that's supposed to be paired with you. Reach out and say hello. This is a pattern of behavior with Zion that we are seeing again and again. And look, I was his teammate. I can describe him as a detached teammate. That is an accurate statement. This is basic level of humanity being a teammate. Send a text to a guy when he gets traded to your team. That is just normal behavior. That's the bar minimum that you have to do. And the Pelicans yesterday sent out an email for season tickets for next year. Guess who wasn't in the email? Whose name was not in the email? Zion's. Like, what the heck is going on in New Orleans, Stephen A?
So apparently, it seems as if Zion Williamson is a bit aloof as a teammate, right? He seems as if, he just kind of in his own world and he's focused on whatever it is that he's focused on. As you guys know, he's out there rehabilitating himself. He's also has some issues with his weight, so he's trying to get his weight down. And that's really what people want to talk about. What type of teammate is he, blah, 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 blah. But really, that's not what I want to focus on in this particular video here. From all the reports that we've gotten over the last, let's say, 6 to 12 months, they all indicate that Zion isn't happy with being in New Orleans. He's not happy with playing in such a small market. And that's the thing I want to focus on because it brings a particular NBA player to mind, and that person is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think if there was ever a college course on how to be an NBA player, I think Giannis Antetokounmpo should be the case study that they use. I seriously believe that. Since Giannis walked into the NBA in 2013 when he was drafted, since that moment, if you go and look at Giannis's career production, he has gotten better every single year. Since 2013 to the present day, Giannis Antetokounmpo has put on over 50 pounds of muscle since coming into the NBA. For those of you in our audience who are gym goers, who go to the gym, who exercise, y'all know just how hard it is to put on 50 pounds of muscle over the course. It is an extreme level of dedication and focus to whatever it is that you're doing to be able to do that. It takes a tremendous amount of discipline and stick-to-itiveness for you to be able to do something like that. That's what Giannis was able to do. I never heard, not at one time, Giannis ever complain about being in Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I've never heard him complain, not even one time about it. And it was one of the reasons why I was saying before Giannis Antetokounmpo's previous free agency period, Some people are saying you could go to Golden State, and out there it's beautiful, or you can go to LA, you can go to wherever or Miami. I was and I remember saying to a lot of our viewers, I said Giannis is not one of these guys that's driven by the weather. He's not. He doesn't seem to be that type of guy, right? Giannis is like, drop me wherever you want in the world, and I'm just going to hustle. I think Zion may be overlooking a unique opportunity to create a legacy in a small market. There is a lot of value that comes with winning a championship and establishing a successful basketball program in a small market. Now, to be fair, my favorite player of all time is Kobe Bryant. He was originally drafted by the Hornets, and he made sure that he got to LA. So it's not like as if Zion is doing something that we haven't seen before. I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. Kobe wanted to be in LA, and he got to LA, and he won. And when he got to LA, he won in LA. However, he became one of their pantheon greats. Whenever they talk about the Lakers, they always talk about Laker greats. But if you're going to talk about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis is the first one that comes to mind. If you're going to talk about the history of the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan is the first person that comes to mind. It's one of the reasons why I believe these championships that are won in these markets carry more value than championships that are won in more established markets or in bigger markets or teams that already have a plethora of NBA championships. That championship that Kawhi Leonard won for the Toronto Raptors in his first year there carries a lot of weight. It was the first championship, NBA championship for the country. It carries a significant amount of clout and gravity. The same thing with Giannis Antetokounmpo winning his championship with the Milwaukee Bucks. It's the same thing with LeBron James winning his championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. These championships carry more weight because they're done in smaller markets. People find that to be more impressive. That wait a minute, this guy went to this particular market and decided, you know what, I'm gonna overlook other places and I want to go here and win. Now, if you win there and you decide to move on, no one is going to hold it against you, right? Kawhi won in Toronto, and Toronto, I've heard, is a very, very beautiful place, but he decided he wanted to go back to LA. No problem. Right? LeBron won in Miami, then he won in Cleveland and said, I want to go to LA. No problem. No one is going to hold it against you. All I'm saying is that Zion has a very unique opportunity to establish something in New Orleans. And if he's not interested in doing it, it is totally fine. But it makes me, what is happening with Zion is making me, it's making me think of it's making me think of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Because Giannis Antetokounmpo, by all accounts, should want to leave, but he doesn't want to leave. He is perfectly okay with establishing his legacy with the Milwaukee Bucks, and that is commendable. It is commendable, and I think it's something that's going to work in his favor as he gets towards the end of his career. And when we're talking about all-time rankings, trust me, especially doing it as the man. Not on a super team, as the man. When Giannis won his title, he wasn't on a super team. When Kawhi Leonard won his title, he wasn't on a super team. Some of y'all need to cut that out. I heard some people talk, well, they had Serge Ibaka, they had Marcus Gasol. Really? They had Pascal Siakam, who had just made the most improved player of the NBA. Now all of a sudden they had Kyle Lowry, and all of a sudden y'all want to act like they had Chris Paul. It's unbelievable, right? But these championships carry more weight, and I think Zion may be overlooking an opportunity here.